Hey guys, today we're going to explain how to change the CTS valve on your fork. Here are the tools you'll need. The CTS tool, a 10mm wrench, a 1.5mm hex key, and a suspension pump. Obviously, we recommend using the formula pump with a quick connector to get a more precise pressure setting. As a starting point, enter 100 psi into the positive chamber of your fork. Unscrew the cap that protects the valve, connect the pump, engage the quick connector, and insert 100 psi of air. This arrangement allows the fork to remain fully extended throughout the operation, preventing unwanted oil leaks while replacing the CTS valve. Once the pressure is set at 100 psi, disconnect the pump from the valve. In the case of a 2-air, double air chamber fork, the process is slightly different. Instead of inserting 100 psi into the positive chamber, simply remove all of the air from the negative chamber. Proceed to unscrew the bronze cap from the negative chamber valve, connect the pump, engage the quick connector, and let out all of the air of the negative chamber slowly and gradually. At this point, using the 1.5mm hex wrench, you can remove the set screw that holds the compression knob. As soon as you have removed the compression knob, you can remove the O-ring. Then, insert the CTS tool onto the valve head and using the 10mm wrench, unscrew the CTS valve. During this stage, we recommend using a paper towel to dry up any oil leaks. A slight leakage of oil can be normal at this stage and does not compromise the performance of the fork. Once completely unscrewed, you can proceed to extract the CTS valve. At this point, gently insert the CTS valve into the housing. It's going to need a little bit of pressure due to the sealing O-ring. Again, a slight leakage of oil can be normal at this stage and does not compromise the performance of the fork. Once the new CTS valve has been inserted, you can proceed to screw it in using the CTS tool. At first, you can screw the new CTS valve on manually. For the final tightening, use the 10mm wrench again and tighten the CTS valve, applying a torque of 3 Nm. Once the CTS valve has been screwed into position, you can replace the O-ring and then remount the compression adjuster knob. The nut that holds the compression knob must be tightened to a torque of 0.9 Nm. At this point, connect the pump to the positive chamber valve of your fork again and restore it to the desired pressure. At the end of this operation, you can disconnect the pump and screw on the cap protecting the valve. In the case of a 2-air fork with 2 chambers on the air side, the procedure is slightly different. First of all, close the fork's lockout by rotating the gold lever on the damping side. Once this is done, you can re-enter the desired pressure in the negative chamber of the fork. Connect the pump to the valve. Engage the quick connector. Enter the desired pressure. Disconnect the pump and screw on the bronze cap to protect the negative chamber valve. Once this is done, you can unlock the fork lockout by rotating back the gold lever on the damping side. As soon as you unlock the lockout, the fork will make a small movement due to the settling of the two chambers. Now, everything is ready to go and hit the trails and sample the effectiveness of the CTS technology. To read up on the behavior of the individual CTS valves, go to the rideformula.com website and choose the right flavor to give to your fork.